On today's show, we take a dive into the recent report about Tyrese Maxey's injury, also an article about Doc Rivers and whether his job is even remotely up in the air. And lastly, we take it to Sixer Nation to see whether this fan base still believes this team can contend for a title. Let's go.
Perfect.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome into Philly Take with RB. You know the drill. Hit the like button, subscribe right now, hit the bell so you don't miss any of the content, videos, live streams. We're covering this team every single day, win or lose, good or bad. There's been a lot of ugly, right? Sixers coming off a terrible loss against the Rockets. We're in the midst of a 3-day stretch, trying to reflect, trying to get back on track, get back to work, because we have the Lakers coming into town on Friday. And let me tell you something. They lost last night, but they have been playing good ball. AD is surging back. I know they're dealing with a couple things, him, LeBron, but it is not going to be some easy game. They're going to come ready to play prime time, and the Sixers better show up. They've lost 3 in a row. They need to get back on track, and they need to turn the corner, man. And it has been a roller coaster of a ride so far. So we have some news and updates today to get to, a lot of things to dive into, but I actually want to start with the optimistic thing. I want to start with a beam of light. We need it right now. Sixer Nation is kind of just, rolling over right now. We're pissed off. We're frustrated. Let me know how you feel about this team right now down below in the comments section. We'll get to more on that later. I want to start with something positive, but before we do that, shout out to the sponsor of today's show, Manscaped, leading provider of below-the-waist men's grooming products. They are doing a huge holiday sale all Christmas season, 20% off and free shipping on manscaped.com. What you need to do is check out their Performance Package 4.0, or if you're feeling good, you want to take it a step up this holiday season, check out their Platinum Package 4.0. It has everything from the Performance Package 4.0, the Lawnmower 4.0, the Weed Whacker, the Crop Toner, Crop Reviver, but in addition, they have added some items, the 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, the body wash, the deodorant, right? You want to take your hygiene to the next level. You want it to be in tip-top shape, like some of the Sixers players aren't for this holiday season. You're going to go to these holiday parties. You're going to go out. It's wintertime. You're indoors. You got to take your hygiene to the next level, man. Let Manscaped help you out. My favorite item, the Lawnmower 4.0. Man, it has a cutting-edge ceramic blade, skin-safe technology. It even has a flashlight to help you avoid nicking the jewels, to help keep you safe. So definitely check them out, man. Manscaped has you covered with all these items and more all holiday season long. Manscaped.com. 20% and free shipping on any item using the promo code PhillyTake. All right, we got to hop into this. We got to start with something good, man. I need it. I need it right now, and that is this. Tyrese Maxey today at practice. He is back on the floor, ladies and gentlemen. This may be one of the only things that can save us right now, okay? Tyrese Maxey went out, and anytime you're hopefully going to be adding back a player soon that is almost averaging 23 points a game, that is shooting 42+% from three, that is shooting 46% from the field, that is going to be a spark. That is going to help your team. Now, we'll get into how much of a difference it may make, but Tyrese Maxey is back at practice. That is a good look. He got hurt about 2 to 3 weeks ago. He was in a walking boot, which he's now out of, and at least he's at practice, getting back to some of the things. And as you see here, as Kyle Neubeck says, Tyrese Maxey on the floor with a new look. That is right. Enter Afro Maxey into the chat. He's coming back. You want to know what I think it is? I think the guy's just been sitting in his room for 2.5 weeks because he's been probably frustrated and upset that he can't be on the basketball court. This kid loves the game. He probably didn't go out to the barber. He probably didn't talk to any family. He's like, no, leave me alone. Until I get back on the court, I'm going to be watching tape. Noah Levick with this report, he says Maxey ran today for the first time since his foot injury. Doc Rivers said he's also been cleared to shoot again. Rivers said Maxey is not yet sprinting or jumping, still, quote, a ways away, which doesn't sound too good. Once again, there's Afro Maxey around practice. The vibes are good, right? The energy's good. He always brings that sense of life to this team, always smiling. I love it. And we actually have an update even more on this because I trust Woj, honestly, more than this. Doc Rivers says one thing, says the other. But here's what Woj had to say regarding the injury update.
On the practice court in Philadelphia, started to do a little running. I'm told that he is still on target for that 1 month timeline before Christmas. And then you finally get this Sixer team back whole.
As you heard right there, Woj saying that Maxey is on pace to return before Christmas, maybe the week before, which is good. That's right on track. They said he would be out a month, had the foot fracture. He's young. He heals quick. He wants to get back out there. I just love that he's out there around the guys already. So there's the positive news. Tyrese Maxey can hopefully be back within a couple weeks. We can finally get this chemistry going a little bit and have some time for these guys to work together because we're going to need it. The way our offense looked, the way our system was running, and the way it was just bad. And it looked bad to start the season. It has looked bad with our guys back. The only really fun stretch of the season right now has been when these guys were out, but that has to change. Hopefully Tyrese Maxey comes back and he's not playing the DeAnthony Melton role from the other night, standing on the wing the entire game. So we'll see what happens. Let me know what you think down below. In terms of the pulse of Sixer Nation, a lot of people, again, have been disconnected. They've been kind of zoned out from this team. I want to pull up a quote here that I saw on Twitter. I feel like it kind of represents how the fan base is feeling right now. Shout out to Marty Teller. He says, if you know me, I'm a Sixers sicko. I started during the Barros years, and he just talks about all the different eras. And the last sentence here, he says, I never once felt like I do now about the team. I'm totally checked out. And I think that's a good way to put it, man. A lot of people are checked out. They want to see what happens come playoff time, trade deadline time. You know, a lot of people are frustrated with the way this has looked after what we've been promised for years. This team needs to get back on track. And, you know, some people say that we're overreacting about certain losses, but at the same time, we are supposed to be in much better shape than we were right now. I get it. The team has had injuries. They've had adversity. A lot of teams had. The Bucks haven't really been healthy all year. Look what they're doing. You know, the Celtics had a whole coaching drama situation. Look what they're doing. This team needs to toughen up. They need to figure it out, and they need to get on track right now. And I want to pull up an article from Kyle Neubeck, which I think really summarizes it well. And I talked about this yesterday. Shout out to everybody who was on the live stream. We highlighted some quotes. I'm going to run through it again, but I want to add a little bit more. Before we talk about Doc Rivers, this is the kind of sense that I get right here. Shout out to Kyle Neubeck. He says, to me, the biggest thing that falls in Rivers' lap is the air of entitlement the Sixers seem to carry themselves with when they are fully healthy. This is not a team that has earned real trust or respect from the league at large, yet the product on the floor suggests they are above building the habits and the chemistry of the teams that they need to surpass to get out of the second round of the playoffs. Press conference answers only tell you so much about a team, but can you trace the defiance of would you ask Pop that question through the team's play? This group not showing any real urgency to shed their reputation. So, I mean, Kyle Neubeck's on point here. It's not just me. It's not just us. The reporters, main reporters, people in the media are talking about this team. They realize that after 24 games, we have not lived up to expectation and a lot needs to change. And really, I agree with Kyle. I think it's a lot of the mentality. You know, when Doc Rivers sets the tone, when he says games are a scheduled loss or he says we're not ready to win and things like that, it kind of loses that sense of credibility and accountability. And these guys, you know, there's no repercussions. There's no consequences for coming out and blowing a game like that to the Houston Rockets. Right now, based on what I'm seeing, we're not trying anything. We're not being creative. We broke down some film yesterday on the live show. Check that out. I mean, we're just not seeing anything. It's very vanilla. It's the same thing over and over and over. It's been like that all year long, other than when we had the backups in and it felt like there was rejuvenated life. So we need to figure this out right now. And in terms of Sixer Nation, I actually did a poll today on the community page and on my social media as well. And 77% of the votes said that the Sixers are not a championship contender. I feel like if we had took that poll a couple months ago, more than half would have said, yeah, this team is a legit contender and they need to get there. That just kind of shows you, again, the feeling and how it has flipped so quick. Like Kyle here says, consistency is hard to come by, even if we're judging them. And then he talks about Doc Rivers, you know, disagreeing with something that Tobias said. Like Doc said one thing about practicing zone. Toby said something else. There's just not a good connect with this team right now. Maybe you have to make a shift. Maybe that is the key to getting this back on track. But the main thing here, in terms of Doc Rivers, the bad news, where is it at? There's a quote about Doc Rivers and his status. So here it is. To this point, the Sixers have not even entertained the idea that coaching is the central problem or that Rivers could move on. looking at Daryl Morey's history, he has given coaches time and patience to figure things out. So to this, and again, Kyle has sources close with the team. To this point here, nothing's going to happen. You know, Doc won 7 out of 9 with the backups in. He didn't, really adjust much when James Harden came back, and it's only been a couple games. So right now, it seems like the Sixers are trying to make this push. And when you look at the playoffs, this is supposed to be the year we get over the hump. Some people have already, hung up the phone on that. They think it's done. Some people think it is salvageable if you get some new life in here, maybe a couple more athletic players, maybe another coach. Whatever it is, though, it seems like the Sixers are content on keeping this same core together and maybe adding a little marginal piece or two and just trying to run this thing. And if it goes full head into the ground, then you probably blow it up after this, whatever that may look like. I don't think it's a full blow up or full rebuild, but whatever that may look like, it seems like they're really going to try to keep this thing together. And, they haven't even thought about moving on. So, it's been a really up and down season, guys. It's been a really up and down season, and we're only past a fourth of the season so far. So a lot to look into, a lot to get excited about with Tyrese Maxey coming back. But I can't stop counting the days because we need some more life. We need some more quickness, some more young blood in here to get this offense going. It has looked really bad the last couple games, and we'll wait and see how it goes. But anyway, just wanted to update you guys. Couple days to go until the Sixers try to get back on track against the Lakers. Give me your thoughts on all this down below. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Be sure to hit the like, comment, subscribe, and like always, I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.